Bet you didn't know there's a place where Kentucky football and basketball fans unite. Welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. Whether you bleed blue or just love a good game, we've got the latest stories, hottest takes, and a whole lot of hometown pride. Hit play and join the conversation. This is your home for all things Kentucky sports.
There we go. All right, welcome in everybody to the Big Blue Breakdowns pregame show of Kentucky versus Florida. This one definitely should be interesting tonight. Kentucky coming in as a 3.5 point dog. I don't believe anything has changed from that. It should be really just interesting to see how. Sorry for the background. Should be really interesting to see how just everything plays out in this one. A lot riding on this one. I mean, it's almost Stoops' job is riding on this one. Some things in this game to be really looking out for is Florida will be without their best two wide receivers in this one, Eugene Wilson and Trey Wilson. So I think that's very, very notable for this at points struggling Kentucky secondary. So this can vote very, very well for the Cats in this one. So it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how well this team plays. And wow, Cam Coleman single-handedly has tied the football game for Auburn versus Vanderbilt, which is actually very, very interesting. I won't be on here very long for this pregame, but I do want to remind you guys that I will be on halftime and postgame for this game. So Kentucky comes in as a 3.5 point dog. This is a very, very interesting game because Stoops' job may be riding on this one. I mean, this may be the game that can send him to a bowl game because with Tennessee Tech coming up, and if you were to win that, if you were to win this and then win that, you'd be at 5 games, and then you play at possibly a team that is about to lose to Auburn. So some things that could be going in Kentucky's favor because of this game tonight. Specifically looking at this game, I said this in the preview episode for this game. Kentucky has to be able to get after DJ Lagway. With him not having these amazing options around him now, except for maybe Jaden Ball in the back, and maybe a couple wide receivers out there, we really don't know. We have to be able to get pressure on him because he is turnover prone. As talented as he is, DJ Lagway is, he is turnover prone. You have to get pressure on him. He will make mistakes. So I think that's very, very interesting to point out here. I think if we were to get pressure on him, I think things could really spiral for that Florida offense, which has been struggling this year. Some very notable things to point out there. For our side on the offensive side of the ball, some things that we really, really need to do in this football game. Quick passes. The quick passes help this team so much. When it is, I would say, 10 yards and in, Kentucky has been very, very successful at getting the ball to guys. And not only is it just a quick game, quote unquote, but that quick game turns into long plays about a couple times a game. Kentucky is going to need that to happen tonight. I think the crowd will be ruckus. This is going to be an amazing atmosphere for these players, and this could single-handedly, we can look back on this game and say this game, sorry for the mic cutting out here, single-handedly say this game sent Kentucky to a bowl game because of a win here. I think that is what is riding on the line here, and I think that will be pretty daggone cool to see, and see if Kentucky is able to do that. I genuinely think Kentucky can win this football game. Except for the quick game on offense, what else does Kentucky need to do? Well, Kentucky needs to establish the run because we've seen in the Auburn game when we had our long drives and we had these good drives that led to points, we've seen that it was all set up by the run. If we were able to set up the pass with the run, I feel like we're going to be very, very successful in this football game. This has been a tremendous Florida defense so far this year. So those are a lot of things that you can be looking out for. I appreciate you guys tuning in here. If you guys have any questions or just want to talk about this game before it comes on, that's why I came on here, just to chat with you guys. But how are we feeling heading into this one? What's your guys' score prediction? Because I gave my score prediction. My score prediction actually for this game is 24-20. I think Kentucky actually pulls this one out. What are you guys thinking? And I just want to say thank you guys again. We are at 115 subscribers now. We have gained 15 subscribers in the span of a day, and that is guys, that is freaking awesome. I really, really appreciate you guys. And I am excited to break down this game because I think as much as people want to push Stoops out, I'm so sorry for this, Mike here. And I've been on that end, right? I've been on that end. And I'm on the fence of being on that end again. But the reason that I say that is if he can win, like, obviously, against some lower SEC teams, we have to see it. We have to see maybe a win against a bigger team like Vandy, like Louisville. So, to me, it's just going to be interesting to see if he picks up a win tonight here. There'll be 2 SEC wins. He puts himself in a position to where if he makes a bowl game, he's not going anywhere. I want to preface that he personally will not be fired from the University of Kentucky if he makes it to a bowl game. I just want to preface that to people. I don't think that he will be fired if he makes it to a bowl game, just because the standards at UK, the preseason expectations coming into this year was that we were going to win. The over-under was 4.5 games. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But speaking on the terms tonight, this is a winnable game for the Cats. My 4 things that Kentucky has to do tonight, before I jump off here, the 4 things Kentucky has to do tonight simply is going to be we have to get consistent pressure on DJ Lagway because he will throw the ball away. Speaking on them, that moves me to number 2. Kentucky has to win the turnover battle. Number 3, we have to be really, really good in the short passing game. That's where we have to live. And off of that, we have to set that passing game up with a good, consistent run game with Seth McGowan specifically. Okay? We still need these younger wide receiver core guys to step up, but I think that they will. We've seen the splash of these wide receivers step up. They have been absolutely electric and amazing, and this wide receiver group has been amazing along with the tight ends. It's just now we have to consistently put up points against a very solid defense in Florida. I think this is going to be a defensive game. Let me be completely honest with you here. I think we'll score more than the Auburn game, but I do think that this will be a defensive game just because of how good both defenses are. I know the numbers don't show Kentucky's a great defense, but I think we are. I genuinely think we are. I think Kentucky will get to the DJ in this one, and I think that will lead to a team success in this one. But before we hop off here, my score prediction is 24-20. To start this game, I've already let you for the full game what Kentucky has to do, has to check mark those 4 boxes to win this football game. What does Kentucky need to do in this first half before we jump on to the second half and I give you my halftime report? In that span, what does Kentucky need to show us and need to do to show us that they have a really good shot of winning this football game? I think by halftime, they have to have a lead. I think it's hard enough for us to score. It is hard enough for us to score on a good defense. Let me say that. It's hard enough for us to score on an elite defense. We have to have a lead and be able to control the time of possession and control the game going into the second half. So that is the thing that we need to see in this first half here is Kentucky have a lead, any type of lead going into the second half. So in that way, Kentucky can control that time of possession, and that will lead to a win for the Cats. Appreciate you guys tuning on here to the pregame of Kentucky versus Florida. Kentucky is 3.5-point dogs in this one. I think we will actually see a win for the Cats in this one. We will visit right back here at halftime on this for the Big Blue Breakdown halftime report. Going to give you my thoughts and then what Kentucky has to do, whether it's a deficit or a lead, to win the football game in the second half, and what my thoughts are on the first half. I appreciate you guys coming in here and listening to this one. I will catch you guys at the halftime report, and as always, go Cats. Let's go get a win.